Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who is interested is welcome to join. We shall start with our first participant, which is Alvin from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Alvin.
Namaskar, Ajahn. Ajahn, I'm reading this book on Ajahn Man by meditation master by I think Wangta Mahabua. This green color book.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, it says that Ajahn, in one part of it, it says that in the meditation only. It says that only come back to the body for contemplative purposes. The state of one-pointedness at that stage came forth deep and strong, so that mindfulness was unable to keep up with it. This was like a person suddenly falling down a precipice, reaching the ground instantly. But the mind remained only for a moment in that profound and unshakable condition. It would then withdraw and enter the next lower stage called upachara. It then wandered without control, catching glimpses of things here and there. My question basically is, Ajahn, I thought upachara samadhi is at higher level compared to one-pointedness, Ajahn?
It's not whether it's higher or lower. It's just a different type of concentration. The deepest concentration is the fourth, the rupa, the jhana, the appana samadhi. But some people don't remain in that state. They come out and go into this particular type of samadhi, which we call upachara samadhi, and able to be able to in contact with the supernatural phenomena like spiritual beings, recollection of past lives, or have ability to read the mind of other people, for instance. You need to be in this level. This is the same level the Buddha used when he teaches Dhamma to the devas. If you're in the fourth jhana, you don't contact anybody or see anything. You just being absorbed in the emptiness of singularity of just merely knowing. But for some people, only some, not everybody, I stress that not very many people can go into this upachara samadhi. It's a special gift, let's put it that way. But it can be also a curse if you don't have a good teacher to warn you not to play around with this type of samadhi, because it doesn't lead you to vipassana. It doesn't lead your mind to have strong equanimity when you come out of meditation. So if you haven't yet become enlightened, and if you should be able to enter into this type of samadhi, you should try to bring it back to the fourth, to the appana samadhi. Be merely knowing with nothing to know, in emptiness. Merely knowing, and stay in that state for as long as possible, because it will give you strong equanimity when you come out of this type of meditation. Then you can use, if you want to develop vipassana, to see the three characteristics of existence and see the cause of dukkha is your cravings, and you can stop your craving if you have this strong equanimity. And if you have the wisdom to see that everything that you crave for is anicca, dukkha, anatta. But if you go into this upachara samadhi, when you come out of samadhi, you have no equanimity. When you crave for something, you will go after them. Nothing to stop your cravings. Even if you see that this will lead you to dukkha, but you will not be able to resist your cravings.
Okay, so there's no stages.
Yes, sometimes we use a conventional measurement to measure something that is not conventional.
Okay.
You cannot say it's higher or deeper. It's just another type of samadhi. Let's put it that way.
Okay, which a lot of people cannot achieve, right? Lower. Yeah.
No.
Like Mechi Gyal, right?
Yeah, just very few. Ajahn Man, Mechi Gyal, and just a few of Ajahn Man's disciples have this special ability. And this type of samadhi can also be misinterpreted by the Buddhist scholar. Buddhist scholar will interpret this to be before you get to Appana Samadhi, you get to Upajjhara Samadhi first, which from the practical master, they say you go into Appana Samadhi, then you come out Appana Samadhi, and then you go to Upajjhara Samadhi, not the other way around. So you might read some text, somebody say Upajjhara means approaching Samadhi, but it doesn't mean that way.
It's different.
It's a
totally
different type. Yeah. But what is the characteristic of this type of samadhi is that it enables you to have supernatural power. That's what it is. Like Mokkhalana have this type of samadhi, but not Sariputta. Sariputta doesn't have this type of samadhi. But he has the ability to explain, elucidate the Dhamma very clearly. Which the Buddha said this is another type of special power. Because the ability to teach Dhamma to people is not easy. To make people understand Dhamma quickly and easily. So it's considered to be one of the supernatural power. The Buddha say Sariputta is next to the Buddha in this ability to teach the Dhamma, while Mokkhalana is next to the Buddha in the ability to have this supernatural power. So he appointed them to be left and right deputy, his left and right hand.
Yes.
But he considered Sariputta to be the right hand. He said the ability to teach Dhamma is much more beneficial than the ability to have supernatural power.
In this book as well, it says that like what you mentioned, Ajahn Sao, he can't teach, and Acharya Man, who is the teacher of the Dhamma. And also you mentioned that when Ajahn Sao actually meditate, he can levitate. That is not upachara, right? The levitation.
That should be considered upachara. This is another special supernatural power, levitation. Anything that is not normal, paranormal, is considered to come from this type of samadhi. Ajahn Mun can read people's mind. He can read the minds of bhikkhu. When he gives Dhamma talk, bhikkhu is very afraid to stray the mind away from listening to Dhamma and think about other things But when the Ajahn Man gives Dhamma talk, he usually cannot. He doesn't have that ability to follow the mind of other people. So he has one of his disciples who has this ability to do the work for him, to guard the mind of the monks who is listening to Dhamma talk, not to stray away from listening.
Okay.
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 But
thanks.
don't worry about this type of samadhi if you don't have it. You should consider it to be a blessing in disguise not to have this type of samadhi. Because then you will not be misled and get distracted from your apana samadhi, in which you need this type of samadhi if you want to go against your defilement.
Okay, noted, Tanajan. Thanks.
Okay. Next, Felicia Chan, back from Thailand. How long have you been back?
Yeah, good evening, Ajahn. I came back last Saturday. Happy to see you. My progress is very good. I don't have question at the moment. Thank you, Ajahn.
Did you have a good time meditating?
Very happy. Very happy. Get a good progress.
Okay.
Thank you.
Keep up your practice. Don't stop.
Okay.
Even after
Yeah.
you come out,
Sure.
come back from the monastery, you should try to continue on.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay. I'll go to Bangkok with Jordan Leach. Jordan?
Hello, Tanajan. Very happy to be here this evening.
Yes, happy to see you too.
I don't have a question this evening, but my practice is off to a good start this week.
Okay. Because you have more mindfulness.
I'm yes. Well, I'm trying to have the. You're saying the difference between motivation and I forget the word, if it was determination or I'm trying. And so I'm trying to be more determined to sit right away when I wake up in the morning, and then as soon as I get home at the end of the day, before I let anything distract me. So I've been successful yesterday and today with prioritizing my meditation practice, and throughout the day I've really been putting in it more of an effort with keeping mindfulness with Bhutto, and I'm going to continue with that this week.
How many hours you have to study Thai?
Maybe 6 hours, including class time. 6 hours.
The lesson, including classes and talk and other type of activity.
So only 3 hours in class and about 3 hours studying on my own.
So you have to go to class every day for 3 hours.
That's right. From Monday to Friday.
I see. Okay. Are there many students in your class?
It's quite a small class. There are six students in the class this time. There were 8, I think, in the last course. So it's nice. A lot of time to you can ask questions and take turns practicing speaking.
How long does this course last?
Well, this is the beginning of the 3rd course. Each course is 1 month. I'm going to do 5 courses in total, so I'll be finished at the end of June.
I see.
Yeah. The next 2 classes are on. We start writing and.
How long does your visa last for this study?
The visa is for 8 months.
8 months.
5 months of study, and then 3 months to do whatever I like. And in that time,
apply your Thai that you learn.
Yeah, that 3 months I'll just go. I'll go straight to a monastery and try it out, and then if that one doesn't feel good, that 3 months will be my time to find a place to stay. That's my goal. Yeah.
And does this visa cost you a lot of money?
No, the visa wasn't too expensive. No, it's
okay. Just a fee.
Reasonable. It's just a fee. That's right. Yeah, and you can fill out the forms on your own, so you don't. People don't need to hire someone to do that for them. It's quite straightforward online. And,
I see. And you can apply this overseas before you come to Thailand.
yeah, exactly. I think it took it took only a week or so for my visa to get approved, maybe even less than that. I remember I was worried that it would take longer, and I called the embassy, and they were able to put it through more quickly. So it doesn't take too long. I think it takes most people up to a month and a half. Yeah.
So to you, is it worth it to have this type of visa?
I think that it's a good way to having this visa. It's more of a guarantee that as long as I'm studying and doing what I told them I'm going to be doing, I have to prove that I'm actually studying Thai. Well, there's certain times at the end of this month I'll have to go and do a test, and then after that a couple more times I'll have to go and sort of show the government that I'm actually practicing Thai. But otherwise it's sort of more of a guarantee that I can stay for this longer period of time. Otherwise I would have to come on a 1-month tourist visa and then extend it. I go into the government office to extend it, and then I would have to I could stay for 2 months, and I'd have to leave the country every 2 months or something like that. So this is I think a easier way to go, but it's only for it's called an education visa. So there are different things that you can study Thai language. A lot of people come for Muay Thai training. And there are some other things too. I think cooking.
Thai cooking.
Thai cooking. Yeah. There are probably other things you can study too, but I'm not sure.
Okay, that's very informative. Just in case our participant, might want to come.
Yes, it's great. I think it's a good way to go. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you for your information.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, keep up your practice also, your meditation.
Okay, I will.
Try to do it every day, morning and evening at least.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go to Penang now. Get Yenso.
Greeting, Ajahn. Good evening. Yeah, no questions yet.
Okay. How about Kwan Liman from Malaysia also?
Ajahn, I just came back from last week. I was in 8 days retreat. Yeah. So, Ajahn, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
So the teacher was teaching a lot on mindfulness and vipassana meditation. So every day she emphasized a lot on mindfulness. So I was practicing mindfulness on eating and walking. So when I was practicing mindfulness, the mind anchored at the present moment on that activity and not thinking of other things. So when it happens, I feel more awareness of what is happening within and better concentration when I do sitting. So I have all the time when I practice mindfulness on eating. At that moment, I actually aware how the teeth work in rhythm, left and right, breaking the food, and which the different teeth that breaks the soft food and the hard food. So for a moment when I was very mindful, I saw that the body part was actually chewing and not myself. So I start to see the wonder of having mindfulness. Yeah.
Yes,
So
but this can still be a delusion. So don't believe in it too much.
Yeah.
What's more important is when something terrible happened to your body is more important, and see how you would react to the situation. A normal situation, if you say, I can see the difference with the mind and the body, that's okay, but it's not so important. What's important is when you get real sick and you have suffering, and somehow you can separate your mind from your body and get rid of that suffering, that mental suffering. Then that's the thing that is more important.
Yes, I think I haven't overcome that yet because I actually this place was in up a hill in the surrounded by a lot of trees. So on top of it, on top of the view we see is very beautiful and nice trees, nice scenery. So one day I went down to walk on the trail, and it wasn't as beautiful as what I saw upstairs. And then there were trees, there were fallen trees, a pond, and all those things that was quite scary. So then I reflected, if I have to see within my own body, is actually not ready yet. So conventionally, it might be, yes, I can, but at that moment, I feel that I still have the fear and I'm not ready. Yeah.
Okay, so don't be fooled by what you see. That's all I'm saying. You have to prove with the when things get something terrible happen to your body, and you can stand apart from the body, and that it doesn't being bothered by what's happening to the body. That's what you have to
Yes. Because
to
if
see.
I still feel the fear of the surrounding, that means I'm not ready to face a challenge yet. Right?
Okay. I know, because sometimes when you meditate and you start to see something and you interpret it to be vipassana, but it might not be, The real vipassana is when you have dukkha, and somehow when you see the anatta in the body and you can stop the dukkha in your mind, then that's the real thing. You have to see the rising and the cessation of dukkha from your what you call wisdom, seeing with wisdom. But when you don't have dukkha and you see it with wisdom, you don't know whether this is true or not, right? You don't know whether this what you see can stop your dukkha or not when the dukkha arises. So the test is in the dukkha. When you have dukkha and you can somehow see things with wisdom and then stop the dukkha from happening, then this is real.
But first, I have to have more mindfulness first, right, Ajahn?
Well, you have to have equanimity. You have to have jhana. You have to get into it. You have to meditate, and your mind become totally still and become singular, being alone in emptiness. Everything's disappeared from the mind, and the mind just remain peaceful and happy, contented.
Yeah, but Ajahn, when I meditate, I do feel what Ajahn was talking, like I don't feel anything happening, and I don't feel the thoughts is peaceful.
Because you haven't got there yet. See?
Yes, I have. Okay, I will try more.
Okay. You have to get to that point, the point in which the mind becomes totally empty, absorbed, and just being content and have equanimity. No emotion, no love, hate, fear, or delusion.
Ajahn, even if I don't feel anything, that is not the state yet.
I don't know. You have to. This is something you have to see it for yourself. I cannot tell you. If you get there, you get there. If you don't get there, then you don't get there yet. That's all I can say. because it's a state that is something totally different from our normal state of consciousness. It's like night and day. If you get to that point,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
If you get to that point, you won't have to come and ask me. If you have asked me, it means you haven't got to that point.
Yeah,
And for me to describe it doesn't help you anyway. What will help you get to that point is your mindfulness.
But to have a mind that is calm and quiet during the sitting, so I have to continue in that state to go further.
You have to continue on with your meditation, focus on your meditation object. Be it the mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, or your breath. And don't let it go stray away from this meditation object until the mind becomes completely calm and still.
Ajahn, when there is no more breath,
Just watch at the same point. Just know that there's no breath, that's all. And just keep watching. Don't let your mind do anything else. Keep it still. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Next thing from Singapore.
Yeah. Greeting, Prajan. This evening, I'd like to ask Prajan if I continue to practice and until the time when I pass on, and the things which I will carry on with me will be mindfulness, wisdom, faith, and perseverance. So may I ask Prajan to elaborate more on these 4 qualities so as to increase my motivation in meditation. Thank you, Prajan.
I don't think I have to explain to you. You already know. You just told me. So what is there for me to explain?
Oh, because I feel that sometimes I have that motivation to meditate. Sometimes sometimes it's lacking. So I want something that I can look forward to, that after I die, I will have these things with me to carry on with me after my mind has separated from body, that these are the things I'll carry on with me in my next life.
You carry on, you don't know when you're going to die. See? So you have to assume that you're going to die today. And that's what you have today, is what you're going to take with you. That's all.
And
if you want more of them, you have to do more practice. That's all. If you have more, you want to have an unshakable faith, you need to study more about the Buddha, the Dhamma teaching, and his noble disciple. If you want to be more determined, then you have to apply this determination in your practice. It's the doing of it, not the thinking of it. You have to do it, these things, not something you just think about and then can take it with you. You can take it with you whatever you do, but you cannot take it with you whatever you think about. So whatever you do, it will go with you. Whatever you don't do, it doesn't go with you. This is something called karma. Good or bad karma go with you.
Sorry, Praja, I think I don't quite get.
Well, this is my explanation to your question. See? In order for you to have faith, you have to do it. You have to cultivate faith for it to arise. If you want to have determination, you have to do it. You just cannot just think about it and let it happens. Okay. And whatever you can do, you'll take it with you when you die. And when you don't know when you're going to die, you can die today or next hour. So whatever you have accumulated or are able to do at this point, this is what you will take it with you. See, If you can meditate for 1 hour, then you will take this with you. In your next life, you'll be able to meditate for 1 hour. But if you can meditate for 6 hours a day, this is what you'll take with you when you. Okay. Understand now?
So the more meditate, the
Yes.
more
The more you do, the more you have it, you will take it with you. Same way with the bad karma. If you keep breaking the precept, this you will take this with you also. Both the good and the bad karma, you take it with you. Okay. So you should follow what the Buddha say, avoid doing bad karma, do only good karma, and keep purifying your mind with the meditation practice. Samatha vipassana, samatha and vipassana bhavana.
yes.
Just keep doing this thing and don't worry about how much you have or what you don't have. It's automatic. It will be in your mind. It won't be in your mind by just you trying to think about it. You know how much faith I have now. How much this is not the way to do it. The way to do it is to do it. The more you do it, the more you take it with you. Like if you go to rob a bank, the more money you grab, put in your bag, the more money you take it with you, right?
Yes, true. So
Okay.
the
Don't think
faith,
about the money, how much money I should take, just grab as much as you can. Because you don't have much time. The police can come anytime when you rob a bank. So you want to grab as much money as you can. Same way with life. Life can end anytime. So right now you can grab as much as you want. So try to grab as much as you can right now before you die.
so I will grab as much hours of practice as I can.
That's right. Okay. Dhamma is like money in the bank.
Mindfulness as the money in the bank.
Yes, mindfulness, wisdom, samadhi, vipassana, this is our money, Dhamma money.
Even though I may not be able to realize any jhana states, but I'll just do the practice.
Well, you don't realize, then you don't take it with you. You might take the effort with you, but you don't take the result from your effort with you because you haven't got it.
So just do the practice.
If you do the practice, at least you get the habit of doing the practice with you. But if you get the result, you also will take the result with you. If you don't get the result, then you don't take the result with you.
Okay.
Understand?
Okay, I'll just take the practice first.
And that the practice is called magga. The result is called phala. Magga phala.
Okay, I'll take the magga.
Yeah, take the magga, the path. Follow the path. And then when you get the result, then you get the phala. Then you can take the fruit with you.
Okay, I will do the magga first.
Okay.
The Ajahn.
And you have to do it correctly in order to get the result, the fruit. If the magga is not correct, then the fruit will not come up. It will not come up.
Anapanasati should be the correct path.
Every practice, whether you keeping the sila, or mindfulness, or you have to get to equanimity somehow. And vipassana, you have to see the Four Noble Truths. You have to see and understand the three characteristics of existence.
Ajahn, earlier you mentioned about vipassana that through vipassana is when we experience dukkha, then that is true vipassana. Otherwise, it's just thinking. That's
right. Some people think they think and understand the Four Noble Truths and the three characteristics of existence, and they presume or assume that they have reached the Sotapanna level. by just merely thinking. But that's not so, You have to see the dukkha that arises from the body getting sick or dying. And then you can see the body as being anicca, dukkha, anatta, and let go of your attachment to your body. Then the dukkha that you have will disappear. Then this is true vipassana. If you're just sitting here comfortably in your chair and think about getting old, getting sick, and you say, "Oh, no problem, I can let go, I can accept it," you don't know whether you can accept it or not.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking through when I'm doing vipassana.
This is just merely doing the homework. You haven't taken the examination yet. Like a boxer, you're just training with your trainer, boxing at the sandbox. You haven't gone up the stage to meet your opponent yet. You have to go into the ring and face your opponent and get knocked out, get hit by your opponent, and see how you react.
So it's correct that I continue to do the homework. That means just the thinking process after the samatha meditation.
Then one day, if you're ready and you want to see whether you can pass the test or not, then you have to go take the test. Or wait for the test to come to you when you get real sick, for instance. Okay.
Yeah, I will continue to do the homework for vipassana.
Good. Okay, very good. I'll go to Wales now, to Diana.
Greetings, Tanajan. I was wondering about, you said the other day that if you replace the word God with nature, it all makes sense. And I was wondering about that, but also about the teachings about responsibility towards the world and nature and what they were.
We're speaking of two different levels of responsibility. See, if you speak about the mundane level, then yes, you have to take care of nature. You have to deal with people properly. Using loving kindness and so forth. But if you want to understand the nature of the world that you live in, the nature of your body and everything, you have to look at in terms of nature, because the Buddha said everything is anatta, no self. No self means nature, nobody. There's nobody in nature, right?
No.
Okay, nature doesn't have a self. That's what it means.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh.
But we try to control nature. Like the body is, and we cannot control it, right? Can we control it all the time? Part of the times, but not all the time.
What's the teaching about creation?
Same thing, nature creates and nature destroys.
Okay.
Anicca, see? All that are created will one day be destroyed. That's what anicca is about.
And I suppose we don't need to understand it, do we?
Well, you have to, you see everything, the tree, they grow and then they die, right? Everything that form will one day be deformed, will be gone. Nothing lasts forever. Anything that is being created will eventually be destroyed. Only the sixth thing that is not created will always remain. And these are the six elements. The earth, the water, fire, the wind, the space, and the mind, the knowing element. All these six are not created, so they will not be destroyed. But they interact with each other to create things. The four elements form together to form trees and animal body, human body. and then the knowing element coming to possess the body of human and a body of animal. And through the delusion of the knowing element, it calls itself a self, and whatever thing that it possesses to be itself also. Like our knowing element take possession of this body and claim this body to be me, to be I.
So we should see ourselves as nature.
Yes, everything is nature, every work of nature. No self, anatta.
Okay, I will think on that. Thank you.
What's so hard about it to think?
Well, I've always struggled with the concept of God. I was brought up in the Christian religion.
You have to look the body like a bubble. Everybody's
Yeah.
like a bubble. You know how the bubble is formed because of the water we have. But then
Yeah.
it bursts and then it disappears and return back into water again. The body is the same. It comes from the four elements, then one day it disappears. Like bubbles.
And is there any teaching about creation or
No, anicca, everything is anicca, everything, things rises and things ceases. This is the concept of the three characteristics of existence. Anything that exists will one day will not exist.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
whenever you see anything, you say, oh, they're here today, they'll be gone tomorrow, except the six elements.
Yes. Yes. And we are all part of that.
Yes.
So we are not, it is
we are five elements working together. The four element is the body, and the knowing element is the mind that tells the body what to do. But one day the four element will break up, the body will break up. And then the knowing element will then be detached from this body, will be separated from this body. And then it will go reattach to a new body later on. That's why we have rebirth. And because of our because of our cravings for the body, we need the body to satisfy our sensual pleasure cravings. But if we can stop this craving for sensual pleasure, then we don't need to have a body. Then the knowing element will not be reattached to a new body after the body dies.
And this is our work.
That's right. Stop your sensual pleasure cravings. That's why you have to keep the 8 precepts, for instance.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Next, we'll go to Nining. Hi, Nining. Where are you from? I forget. You have to unmute your microphone. Not yet. Not unmuted yet. You have to press it again. It doesn't work. Boy, what's the matter? You know what?
I asked her to unmute.
Can you see the unmute mic icon on the left corner of your screen? Lower left corner of your screen.
Touch the bottom of the unmute. Do you see the pop-up menu over there that has the unmute message?
No menu, I guess. Maybe something you didn't do when you entered the room. Usually there will be a pop-up menu and ask you to use what type of microphone. Or maybe it's automatic in some some handphone. With a computer, they usually ask you for confirmation of the microphone you're using. I have to go to somebody else, okay? I'm sorry. I'll go to Philip. Philip from Malaysia also.
Good evening, Ajahn. I just have a slight question. In the definition of Buddhism, right? A life must have a knowing element in it, right? I mean, in science, we know that plants are also considered living elements, and algae, bacterium, and things like that. So, in the Buddhist definition of life.
Well, in order for the knowing element to be attached to a body, that body has to have the sensual organs. It has to have eyes, ears, nose, tongue, or body. I'm not sure that have to have all five or not at the same, but because that's what the knowing element wants, a body that can have the five sensual organs for it to use to access the sensual objects. So any living organism without these five sensual organs then will have no life, will have no knowing element attached to it. So if you kill this type of organism, it's not considered bad karma. Like when you take medicine to get rid of your virus or your germs in your body, this is not killing, because germs or virus have no knowing element attached to them. Okay.
Yes, that's that.
All right.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Gary from Singapore.
Greetings, Ajahn. No questions. Just happy to be listening.
Okay. About Belinda, also from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajahn.
Can you speak louder?
Good evening, Ajahn.
Yes, good.
I was knocked out from the boxing ring last week. I missed the Dhamma talk.
Okay.
Coming back again.
Yeah.
Continue.
If you don't have dukkha, you don't know whether you can get rid of dukkha or not. See? So you have to have dukkha first. Then you can use your wisdom and your samadhi to get rid of the dukkha. But when you have no dukkha and you say, okay, I have no dukkha, but how can you prove that? You have first to have dukkha, and then you have to be able to use the magga to get rid of your dukkha. See, in the Four Noble Truths, you have dukkha, samudaya, nirodha, and magga. In order for you to have nirodha, you have to have magga to do the work of getting rid of the samudaya, the cause of dukkha, which is your cravings, your attachment. And when you can get rid of your attachment, then the dukkha will disappear. You have nirodha, cessation of dukkha. Not just by merely thinking, but actually experiencing these things in real time. Not in the past, not in the future, but here and now. Okay. Anything else?
Coming back to the breath, Ajahn.
Practice mindfulness and samadhi first. Okay. Good. Go to Colorado with Julia. Hi, Julia.
Hello, Ajahn. Thank you.
How's the weather? Cold or hot?
It's perfect.
Perfect, huh?
It's it's cool.
Nearly springtime now.
Almost springtime, yeah. Yes. How is it
Very hot
there?
now. Hot.
It's
35.
hot.
Yeah, 35 centigrade Celsius.
Hot. Oh.
But at night it cools down to about 29, 28 during the
No,
day.
that's hot.
Still very hot there.
But Pat Ajahn accustomed to that. Is it easier if one lives full time?
Yeah, it's just normal, you know. You can live with it. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
How's your meditation?
So I did have a few things I wasn't sure, or maybe one thing I wasn't sure how to approach in so I did
What thing you don't know how to approach?
So I did the online retreat with a Wat last week, and it was a little more than a week. And I mean, maybe it's nice that I have the cool weather, but it would be nice to do it in person, you know? So there's this little thinking. So during the meditating full time, the mind naturally was secluded and just falling into no problem. And I was, sukha vedana, sukha vedana, just but then when I went back to so after the retreat closing, then two things happened. One is I went and I bought chocolate right away.
Your cravings come up.
And the other thing is that I was invited to participate in 3 different sort of meditation retreats in person in this country. So that was also like happy but wanting. And the way that I'm living right now, I'm not like the financially rich North American. I have a very, very, very small amount of money, and I'm trying to be very, very, very careful, frugal, so that I can live simply and practice. So I had the wanting to do these 3 things, or one thing in particular, that I was on a wait list. And so I was looking at then how I experienced this, and I don't know if it's the chocolate or also if it was this trying to figure out if I can get enough money to do this event. But it was like the space inside, like the chitta stayed some big clear, but on the outside of the body it was like bzzz, like sort of buzzing, like electricity, and like tight feeling. And so then I thought, okay, probably this is wanting, right? Because there is some wanting, like I would love to do what Jordan is doing, study Thai in Thailand or go to the Wat in person. But this is how I'm living right now. And so sometimes in my mind, I'm doing the numbers, like, okay, I have this much money, so I'll eat this much food, but then I'll have more time to practice. And so then I don't think the problem was the wanting, and I couldn't figure out what it was just what I came to is that the mind does that. The mind is calculating money and trying to optimize. And if I can be in a bigger space, then that's not really a problem. But there's a part of me that thinks the mind should be totally calm, cool, collected, no problem, no thinking. And maybe that's not true. I don't know. What does Ajahn think?
Well, ideally, you want to reach that stage, where you're calm, cool, and no thinking.
Okay.
And if you have to worry about money, then you must somehow solve this problem by not relying on money. And the way to do this, you might have to live in a monastery that doesn't require you to use any money.
Okay. Not bad.
Then you don't have to worry about looking for money. Don't have to worry about your financial security.
Yeah.
But if you're on your own, then you have to rely on your money. And so you will have to keep thinking, checking about the balance that you have. How long?
Right.
Then this can be a hindrance to your advance.
Okay.
That's why people became monk or nuns in the ancient time, because they want to be totally free from these financial worries. But they're willing to live like a beggar, being monks or nuns. You have to live like beggars, frugal, and just take whatever you're given, and just be happy, be contented with what you get. But at least you solve your mental worry, your mental problem, your financial worries. You won't have that. This part of the purpose of going forth, of becoming a nun or a monk, to free yourself from these financial worries.
That sounds pleasant. But in Thailand, it's mostly for men, no?
Yeah, but there are some monasteries where there are lots of there are some nunneries in Thailand also.
Yeah.
And there are monasteries with meditation master who will take in some women practitioners, whether they are just 8 preceptors or they are fully, shaved nun.
Oh.
But you have to search for them, that's all. But there are some around, not as many as monastery for monks.
Okay. Okay. Maybe
Well,
this will
well,
plant the
you heard of Menchi Gyal, right? Her biography.
Oh,
Well,
I love that book.
she had a monastery she ran when she was alive.
Yeah.
And I think this monastery is still there with all the women practitioners living in it. But they just don't have a master, a meditation master to guide them. That's all. Because it's not easy to replace an old master with a new one. But there are places where you can become a nun or bhikkhuni. I had a group of nun bhikkhuni from the US. They have a monastery somewhere in California, Northern California.
Oh, was it Ayatthaloka?
I'm not sure what's the name, but they're just bhikkhuni, composed made of bhikkhuni.
Oh.
So you can search in the Google for bhikkhuni monastery in Northern California.
Yeah, maybe it was it Ayasopana?
I can't remember the name, so I cannot confirm or deny.
I didn't know that Ajahn was so open-minded like that.
What do you mean?
Because some people say Nati Bhikkhuni,
Meaning no
that there is
bhikkhuni.
none.
There's no bhikkhuni.
Yeah.
Well, according to the Mahayana tradition, bhikkhuni still exists, but the Theravada tradition doesn't have any bhikkhuni already.
Oh, okay.
But if anybody wants to become a bhikkhuni, who can stop them from becoming a bhikkhuni?
Yeah, I guess it's nature.
Yeah.
Nature. Okay. Okay. Anumodana.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Okay.
I'll go to Stalin from California, Southern California. You just have a storm passing through your place, huh?
Yeah,
What is
right.
it?
There's a storm passing through.
Yes. Yes, Ajahn, it has been raining unusually. Last 2 weeks, every Saturday, Sunday, it starts raining.
It's
So
all over now, right?
Yeah, it's very unusual. With your permission, can I talk to you about my understanding regarding
How much time you want to spend on this? We have a lot of other people waiting. 10 minutes, 5 minutes?
5 minutes?
Okay, go ahead.
This regarding, there was a question about the knowing element. I guess this the problem, I think, is because in English language, the chitta and the mind are not separately shown. In other words, the word mind is used even to describe the chitta. Of course, in Thai, it also refers to the also referred as the heart. But you will see that these two words are separately used. For example, in the Dhammapada, the first verse starts off saying, Mano Pubbangama Dhamma. There the word that is used is Mano for mind. Mind is the forerunner of all Dhammas that arise. Then again, if you look at there's another sutra, in the sutra, in the Samyutta Nikaya, under the name Asuttava, that is the uneducated sort of a Putijana. Yeah, these two words are used in one single sentence. If I may quote, Atapi Chitta, Atapi Mano, Atapi Vijnana. So these two words, Mano and Chitta, is used in one sentence. So obviously, Buddha will not use two words to bring about the same meaning. Then again, if you again the Buddha uses this word chitta, which is in the Anguttara Nikaya, there is this famous saying, Pabbassaram idam bhikkhave chittam agantuke upakilesi upakilitam. Pabbassaram idam bhikkhave chittam. Amongst this chitta is lustrous. And Ajahn Mahabhuva refers to this lustrous chitta as the original chitta. Then come back to again another important aspect. Venerable Sir, you translated the Ajahn Mahabhuva's talk given in July 18th, 1979 in your Desana series, in the first book, Desana first book. There you translate this Ovadipatimokkha. In the Ovadipatimokkha, Buddha says the first verse, there it is said that what's the name? There the Buddha uses that last two lines, Sachitta Pariyo Dapanang Etam Buddha Anusasanam. So there, before that, the Buddha says, Kusalasa Upasampada. Now the word Upasampada is normally referred to higher ordination of the bhikkhu. So higher ordination means from the Samanera to go up to the higher ordination, the 10 precepts now become 227. There are 227 rules. That it means it is at a very high level. So Kusalasa Upasampada refers to a kusala of a higher level. And the higher level, that line is immediately followed by Sachitta Pariyodapana. With the chitta Pariyodapana, with the purification of the chitta. So that means there also the word chitta is used. Now the other thing, the difference between the mind and the chitta is, the mind is a condition of the chitta. If the chitta is the pure chitta, like in the Arahant, the mind will not carry with it this self, person, or I, me, and mine. So therefore, therefore it's a condition, it is dependently arisen. Therefore, the mind is subject to impermanence. Whereas the chitta is not subject to impermanence because it does not arise, therefore it does not cease. Then in that case, the chitta has to be something that is there. In the pure chitta is referred to as the Arahant's chitta or Nibbana. So there also it is shown that the so-called pure chitta is within us. Nibbana is within us. Because it can't, if it arises, then it has to cease. So therefore it is within us, but covered up by all these kilesas. Just like a piece of gold that is found inside them with the mud surrounding it. So therefore we have to wash it off to get the piece of gold. So therefore we also have to wash it off to come to this, to experience this chitta. Now the chitta can be experienced at the first arupa jhana, where nama rupa disappears. As long as nama rupa is there around, chitta is not very prominent. But when nama rupa disappears, there you experience the chitta. But the chitta there, of course, is experienced in the Abhijato chitta, which is the Pabbasara chitta. So therefore, the only way one can experience this chitta, which is there you will see or experience that deep knowing without the nama rupa, which is a knower. So I thought I will.
That's right. That's why you have to meditate to get to the fourth jhana.
Yeah.
And then you'll see the chitta, what it's like.
In fact, at the fifth or the first arupa jhana, when total
or higher, or
higher.
The fourth, and on up to the eighth. Yes, you need to get to that point to understand the nature of the chitta.
Yes, there you will see you will experience the chitta in Pabbasara level at the fifth jhana.
So our duty, our work is to get there, not talking about it. Okay.
That's right. Get there. And once you get there, you will have no doubt whatsoever about the Buddha, Dhamma,
yes,
and
Sanditiko.
So you have no doubt whatsoever about the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, because you do experience the four noble truths, and you do realize that you follow the Eightfold Path and that you have reached there.
Yes.
So that is one of the And there you understand the Dhamma in reality.
Okay, thank you for your comment. What about your wife? You have anything to say?
I just wanted to say how important it was. You always insisted that I be mindful, more mindful. So I'm becoming more mindful again, and I'm going on with my practice, and I see how important that mindfulness is, because when at the beginning I had to really be mindful of not reacting whenever I was faced with a situation, whether good or bad. Now my mind has taken over, and I don't even have to put much effort. My mindfulness itself keeps me from reacting. So I'm so grateful for reminding me to be more mindful, and now my mind itself has taken care of that, and it's easier for me now to be more mindful, and I keep on practicing every day. I have separated the whole morning for me to
But
concentrate.
mindfulness is not the end in itself. Mindfulness is just the beginning that will lead you to more, to meditation, to jhanas. So you have to then meditate when you have mindfulness.
Yeah, every morning.
Anapanasati, watch your breath.
Right.
Mindfulness of your breath.
Right.
And it will lead you to jhana, then you to equanimity, and to understanding of the nature of the mind.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
So it's
good.
beautiful to see that the peacefulness that you feel from not reacting.
That's right.
Yeah. So I see the how the Buddha's teaching is important, and all what you are reminding us all the time is important. We
No
need
reaction, no dukkha. When you react, you have dukkha. When you don't react, you don't have dukkha.
Right. So I'm still learning about that.
Okay.
Ajahn, if I may comment, one comment on somebody asked about creation. The world is created not somewhere else, but in your mind. It is in your mind that the world and everything is created.
Okay. Thank you.
Not...
Okay, we'll go to Intan from Indonesia. Intan.
Good evening, Ajahn.
You have any question?
Yes. But before I ask my question, I want to ask Supra Ajahn. Next week in Indonesia, we are a long holiday. So can I practice fasting for 2 days?
It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to stop you if you want to fast.
Okay.
But you fast. You don't fast just merely for fasting alone. You fast to help with your meditation.
Yeah. I want to fasting because if I just to meditate, sometimes I'm lazy or sleepy. So I think my experience when I meditate in the in Wat Yan, when I'm fasting, I can more concentration.
That's right. That's the purpose of fasting, to help with your practice. So as long as you do the practice, that's the important thing. Not just to merely fast and not doing anything else. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn. Ajahn, I want my question is, what parami we did in our past until now, we have good opportunity learn Dhamma from an Arahant.
You just because you have practiced metta, you have sila, you have dana, and you have learning. You like to listen to Dhamma talks. So this will lead you to an Arahant eventually, if there's one around.
Mm.
It's like if you like shoes, it will lead you to a shoe shop eventually, right?
Mm.
Okay. So it depends on what you like. What you like will lead you to whatever you're looking for.
Mhm. Okay.
Good? Good enough answer?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all? Is that all for now?
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
You're welcome. We'll go to Leon. Leon, where are you from?
Good evening, Tanajan. I'm currently in Malaysia. I
Yes.
have no question for today. Thank you very much.
Okay. We'll go to Dagukan. If I can't pronounce your name correctly.
Hello, dear Tanajan. Thank you
I
very much.
understand you're from Turkey.
Yes, I'm from Turkey, and it is Doğukan, but
Doğukan,
you can say whatever
okay.
you like.
Doğukan,
Yes.
Okay.
I'm very glad to be here, and thank you for this opportunity because I live in Turkey and there is no Buddhist monastery or no retreat center, etc. So I have only these beautiful online opportunities. So thank you very much.
Maybe one day you can come to Thailand.
One day I hope so. One day I hope so.
It's
It
not
would be
hard.
great.
It's so easy now. Just buy a plane ticket and you just can come in.
Yes, you're right. But I need some money. I need some free time.
Yeah. If you have the will, there's a way. But you can do your practice where you are, as long as you have the proper instruction how to do it. You can do it in your home.
Yes, and luckily and interestingly, I have some friends, and they also converted to Buddhism, within the years. So it is also an interesting thing, because Buddhism is not a popular religion here. Many people never heard of it. So I still feel myself lucky, considering my social environment, because it is good to talk. It's good to have a chance to talk about our practice with them.
Okay.
May I have a question? May I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you very much. So I've been practicing for 2 years, I believe, more or less, and I started with Zen, I believe, like most of people, and then I decided to practice Theravada tradition, but sometimes I feel so, let's say, unstructured, because there are a lot of types of meditations described by the Buddha and described in the suttas. Meditating on breath, metta meditation, asubha meditation, meditation on colors and elements. So I'm quite used to practice, I'm quite used to have a homework, actually, when it comes to spiritual teachings. And sometimes I feel very confused. I do breath meditation and then I ask myself, oh, what about metta? What about asubha? What about meditating on death, etc.? So what would you recommend to a practitioner to do on a daily basis?
Okay. Normally, the standard, the regular way of meditation is using mindfulness of breathing. This is the normal way when you have no problem with other situation. But should you only have other type of situation arise, like if you get angry with someone, then you have to use metta meditation to calm your mind first, to get rid of your anger. And if you have any sexual desire, then you have to use a super meditation to calm down your sexual desire. So it depends on the situation. But if you have no situation, no crisis, then you just use the meditation of breathing, the mindfulness of breathing. This is the normal one to use. As taught in the four foundation of mindfulness. When you meditate, you watch your breath. And if you're not meditating, then you should practice body mindfulness, mindfulness of your body. Every instance of your action, you have to keep watching your body movement from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. You always be aware of what your body is doing. Standing, sitting, walking, eating, taking a shower, dressing, shaving, or do whatever. Always focus on this activity. This is what we call mindfulness of body. You have to develop mindfulness first before you can sit down and meditate and be mindful of your breath. And if you have some other problem, when you meditate, you get angry with someone, then you have to use metta. And metta will teach you to forgive and forget. Let bygone be bygone. If you have sexual desire, then you have to look at the 32 parts of the body, or the 10 types of corpses. Then this can get rid of your sexual desire. If you have doubt in the Buddha, then you have to study the teaching of the Buddha and his life story. Learn more about the Buddha, learn more about his teaching. And then you can eliminate doubts in the Buddha. So it depends on what happened in your mind. The mind is like a body. The body can get sick with different types of illness. Sometimes you get stomach illness, sometimes you have headache. So you use different type of medicine to cure this illness of your body. The mind is the same way. When the mind is not normal, then it means it's sick. So you need some type of meditation or Dhamma medicine to get rid of this sickness. So you have different kind of method of doing meditation to get rid of this mental discomfort. Clear? Understand now?
Yes, thank you very much. So the main practice should be
mindfulness of
meditation,
body and breath. Yeah. If you're not sitting and meditate, you have to be mindful of your body activity. From the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, if you can do that, then you will have strong mindfulness. And when you meditate, you'll find it easy to get into calm because your mind is not running all over the place. You stay focused with your breath.
Thank you very much for your answer.
Okay. You can join us anytime you like. Okay. If you have any questions.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I'm great.
You're welcome. I'll go to Johanna from Indonesia. Where have you been, Johanna? Haven't seen you for a long time.
Yes, I've been off for more than a year, I think. I just got married last December.
You got married. You got your defilement. Who you to marriage?
Yeah, he is. I just visited you last 3 days, Tanajan. Saturday, me and my husband to the temple. I bring the book Beyond Birth Indonesia.
Did you see me?
Yeah, I see you.
I didn't recognize you. You didn't tell me your name, so I didn't know who you were.
Yeah. I also bring the part to you in the morning, Prajan in front of a Warita.
I see, on Bintabat.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm already back in Medan, Indonesia. I come in. I want to pay respect to you. I don't have any question actually.
Okay. Just to say hello.
Yeah, pay respect to you because I just come back from Thailand and visited you. I bring the book Beyond Birth Indonesia to you.
I hope you're happy with your marriage. So far, so good. Huh? So far, so good. No problem
Sometimes
yet.
good, sometimes not good. Yeah. I think
Okay.
you're true, Thanajan. So far, so good.
Okay. Hope it stay that way. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Prajan.
You're welcome. We have Alexa Aroka. Do you want to talk? You have to turn on your video. If you don't turn on your video, I'll go to somebody else first, okay? I'll go to Anura and Ramya from New Zealand.
Yeah, namaskar, Ajahn. So, good evening. So, I don't have any questions, Tanajan. So, thank you for your teaching. Grateful for your teaching. Meditation's been good. Easter break's been very good. So,
Yeah.
for the meditation and Dhamma.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Try to do as much mindfulness and meditation as possible. The more you do, the better. The more result you'll get.
Yeah. Yes. Do you have any questions?
I also try to be mindful all the time and try to extend the time for meditation. And I spend a few days to do investigation more. I started recently doing that as well. I think it's helpful to me as well. Yeah.
So, no question, Ajahn. Yeah.
Okay. But I think you should pay more attention to calming your mind and investigation at this stage. Because without calm mind, your investigation will not be fruitful. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Fine.
Thank you, Ajahn. Thank
Okay,
you.
you're welcome. Go to Vancouver, Sweden, Czech. Didn't see you last week. Did you come in or you just didn't have time? We ran out of time.
Tanja, good evening. Yeah, we went to study, so we had to go. We have to go take a course.
I see. On what? On how to run the school, run the.
Yeah, on teaching children.
I see.
Mathematics. We do a lot of mathematics.
So
the first part, yeah.
Yeah, we listened on the first part, but didn't have time to speak to you.
Okay, no problem. Do you have anything today?
Yeah, Tan Ajahn, like in the Satipatthana Sutta, first, like, we learn about the body up, then the feelings and the mind. What kind of mind is like, I mean, for worldly stage, like?
Well, read in the sutta, it tells you what type of mind you're studying. Happy mind, sad mind, angry mind. These are our mind states. Yeah. And you have to understand this is the nature of unenlightened mind. It keeps changing from good to bad, from happy to sad.
Oh, okay.
That's all. And you just have to understand and let go. Don't try to expect it to give you only good mind. Don't expect it to give you only happy mind. Sometimes it can be sad mind. Sometimes it can be angry mind. Understand the nature, just like you understand the nature of the body. Anicca is changing all the time, right? So the mind keeps changing all the time also. It is anatta, it's not under your control. Sometimes you can control it, sometimes you cannot. So if you can control it, control it. If you can't control, then you just have to let it be. Like the body. Sometimes you can control your body, you can tell your body what to do. Sometimes it gets sick and it won't want to do anything. You tell it to do something and won't do it. Same thing with feelings. Feeling keep changing, right? From good feeling to bad feeling to neutral feeling, back and forth. One day in your life, how many different types of feeling you have experienced from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep.
Mm.
You don't have one feeling all day long, do you? Okay. Same way. So you have to understand that they are changing, they are not always under your control. Sometimes you can control them, you can tell them to change or to stop changing, but sometimes you cannot. So when you cannot, then you have to let go, let it be. Then you won't have no dukkha. The purpose is not to have any dukkha. And dukkha arises because you try to change things when you cannot do it. Okay, understand?
Understand, Tanajan. Is anxiety one part of the mind, Tanajan?
Yeah, anxiety, worry, anxiety, restlessness, agitation. This is our part of the mind, activity, mental activity.
Okay, and something has to trigger it before we can get to the, it's just natural.
Well, there are two methods of dealing with this thing. You can stop it, but it's meditation, when you calm the mind, and then everything stops. But they only stop temporarily. After you come out of meditation, they come into action again. If you want to live with them without dukkha, then you have to understand this is the nature. And you don't try to change it, let it come and go as it like. The problem we have dukkha because we want to control, we only want to have good mental state. We don't want to have any bad mental states. But we cannot control them. So we have dukkha. But if we let it be and learn to live with it, then there will be no dukkha.
Ajahn, you said the unenlightened mind changes, but the enlightened mind, they don't change anymore? Or just don't, you say unenlightened mind changes, but enlightened mind, they don't change anymore, or they don't have dukkha?
But they don't have dukkha. The mental state can still change.
Oh.
Because
But
they still have other factors that cause it to change.
Oh.
But they know how to deal with these changes.
Yeah.
They leave them alone.
Oh.
But
So
they have no dukkha. But an unenlightened persons have dukkha because they want to control, they want to change.
Yeah.
Things that they don't like,
Yeah.
And when they cannot change, then they get dukkha, right?
Yes. We just can't leave things alone.
Yeah.
Me.
We cannot accept them for what they are. We want to change them. So our goal is not to change anything, it's to let everything be. Then there will be no dukkha. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, we'll go to our long friend who have been away, Sammy. How many years now have you been away? 2 years, 3, since COVID or before that?
Oh, hello, Tarajan. Yeah, it's been a long time. I'm sorry about that. I was in a
Okay, happy to see that you're still alive.
Yeah, hardly actually. I was struggling with malaria already for 2 times now since
We came
then.
from India.
Yes, I was in a retreat in India, in the northeast of India, and in Mizoram. No one told me there's malaria there, so I just went there. I didn't use a mosquito net or anything. I just stay in like a very simple kind of bamboo hut. So yeah, after some time, some weird symptoms started happening. They start after like 10 days, not immediately. So and then it stays in your body. It doesn't go anymore. And then just 10 days ago, I was also sick for 10 days, and the malaria start again. So they said this malaria will stay, I think, in the liver for the whole life. And every time the immunity is weak, again, it will show its head.
Yeah.
So actually, this leads me to my question, because every single time I go into retreat, or even just at my home, starting to seriously go into meditation, I always get sick. Not a single time I start a serious meditation, and this has been going on for many years. And I really reached a point I'm very frustrated, because every single time some disease or the other will start, and it will interrupt my meditation. So I am trying to decide whether I should focus more on my health right now, as in take some, I don't know, yoga retreats or some kind of health retreats, and put my meditation aside for a while? Or should I take this as just a bunch of defilements that I have to face, and then just keep going on in my practice? What do you suggest, Ajahn?
Well, ideally, if you can keep on with your meditation and consider this condition as the test of your wisdom and of your mindfulness.
Yeah.
If you have enough mindfulness and wisdom, then you can live with this situation and not being bothered by them. That's the goal of the practice, to keep the mind always calm and peaceful, regardless of whatever happens to the body. So you can consider it to be like a test for you, to see whether you can let go of your attachment to your body or not. If you retreat and you go to fix the body, then it means you're still attached to your body. You're not willing to let it get sick or die. So it depends on what you want. See? You want to save the body, but how long can you save it for? Eventually, it's going to get sick again anyway, right? And if you want to become enlightened, you have to accept the changing nature of the body. That getting sick is part of it, and dying is another part of it. If you practice enough mindfulness, you can keep your mind calm and let go of your attachment. Then you can live happily after that without having any worry about your body. You can get sick anytime, you can die anytime, it won't bother you. But if you go back and try to fix your body, it means you want your body to be well. So anytime your body gets sick, it can become a problem to you again. So what do you want to do? Fix the problem, fix the mental problem, or fix the body problem? The Buddha said the body problem is you cannot fix. Eventually it's gonna end up dead anyway. You can kill this disease now, but you have a new one coming after it. Yeah. But if you fix the mental disease, then once you fix it, it will be gone forever.
And Ajahn, I'm wondering, what is more wise? Because in case of me, like I'm still Putujana, I still have a long way with my practice. So I'm thinking on the long run, if I don't take care of my health, then maybe this body, I cannot get Nibbana in this life because of this kind of weak health. And now this disease is already stuck in the body. That means anything, even if I get a flu and then my immunity gets weak, then this disease will be stronger than my immunity. Again, it will come up. So I think that Kruba Ajahn have dealt a lot with the malaria problem, because that's always in the forest, coming from the forest area. We don't have this problem here in Lebanon, for example. So, but now it's in the body. So what would be more wise if I can also kind of, like you said, forget about the body, work only on the mind. But if this body dies, then who knows in next life where I will be born, or whether I will come in contact with Dhamma or not. And even if I'm lucky enough to come back as a human being, there's no guarantee the Dhamma is going to survive. As you know, the Dhamma is disappearing. The real Dhamma slowly is going away. So that's my concern. If I take care of my health for the sake of the practice, not for the sake of the health itself, because the understanding is there that, of course, maybe even this malaria will be the end of me eventually. It will win. Eventually, even when I get older, it will win. I know that. But I want this body to last at least until I get success in my practice. Otherwise, there's no use.
Well, in order to get success in your practice, you have to let go of your body, you see. That's the dilemma there.
That's the dilemma, huh?
Yeah. You want to be succeed, you have to let go of your body. You have to let go of your attachment to your body. And letting go of the body means leaving it alone. Don't fix it. Let it get sick, let it die. So right now you have the body waiting for your decision, what you want to do with it. If you fix the body, then it means you don't want to let go of your attachment to your body. If you're willing to let it go, that means you let go, you leave it alone. If you want to get sick, you continue on with your practice, mindfulness and wisdom. Then you have no dukkha. Then you become successful in your practice. You want to take the test now, or you want to push the test away for another 20 years? That's up to you. But eventually, you're gonna have to you have to face the same test, which is sickness and death.
This war that we have started on the defilements, there is no retreat. We have to go all the way.
If you want to beat your defilement, then you cannot stop until they are completely vanquished.
Either completely vanquish or we die trying.
Well,
no retreat, no surrender.
Then you try again next lifetime. See, you keep doing it. Like a Sotapanna, he still have to continue on with the other defilement he hasn't yet got rid of, and he had six human life to do it, to get rid of the lower fetters. Once he got rid of the lower fetters, then he won't have to be reborn as human. He'll be in the Brahma realm, and then he'll deal with the other remaining fetters. So it's just a matter of when you want to take the examination, when you want to take the test. If you don't want to take it now, then you have to go look after your body. If you want to take it now, do it now. See if you can use wisdom and samadhi to let go of your attachment to the body. Okay.
Thank you, Tantra.
Are you back in Lebanon, or are you still in India?
Yes. Now my visa to India had some problems, so I had to come back to Lebanon, and now I just made the application for the Indian visa again.
How long were you there last time?
About 2 years.
2 years. Yeah.
Last 2 years, yeah, I was there, and now 2 months here in Lebanon.
I see. And you plan to go back again?
Yes, but I'm also making application to Ajahn Kalyano Monastery in Australia.
I see.
Do you
In Melbourne,
you
I
know
think.
him?
Yeah. I heard he's
Yeah.
Melbourne, right?
Near Melbourne. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm
Maybe
hoping
maybe he
to.
can tell you what to do.
Yeah, I don't have any contact with him, but if they accept my application to Australia, then I will go to try. They said you have to come and try.
Yeah.
So I will go to try, and then if it's okay, then I can ordain there.
Okay.
If not, then I have to look for another option.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
Okay. Keep up the
Thank
effort. Don't stop. Don't give up.
I'll try my best.
Okay.
Thank
Go
you
to-
for your advice.
Yeah. Go to Winona, I think. Charlotte from Indonesia, right? Surabaya.
Yes, Ajahn. One dimension. With Ajahn, I was heard
Can you speak louder, please?
Yes, one dimension. I want to ask. I have heard that if we have ever done mistake to a monk, that's still Buddhajana, but then he attained arahantship in this life. So our mistake that we have done to this monk, it seems like we do the mistake to the arahant. So we will get karma result like the karma result that happened by us when we did the mistake to the arahant. Why it can happen like this, Ajahn? Thank you.
If you done something wrong to somebody, you cannot erase that karma. You have to eventually pay the consequence of that karma. But the reason why you say you want to say sorry, it just means to teach yourself not to repeat the same mistake again. That's what it means. When you ask forgiveness for something you did wrong, it means that you accept what you did was wrong, and you don't want to repeat the same mistake again. That's what it means. But you cannot erase the bad action that you did. You cannot erase it by saying you're sorry. Sooner or later, this bad action will bear fruit to you. Okay, understand?
Thank you, Ajahn.
Is that all the question you have tonight? Okay. Now let's go to Marcia. Marcia. Hi, Marcia. Where are you now?
Oh, I'm in Ohio. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I had a question about reciting the mantra, or maybe I just want to explain what happens when I do it. I usually, I don't use the mantra a lot, but when I do, I'll say Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha silently within my mind. And it brings about a concentration almost immediately if I can say it from the same point in the mind. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's like there's a point.
That's the purpose of doing it. You want to still your mind, see, when you recite the mantra.
Right. So that I'm wondering, what is this point? It's like where I know the mantra. And then over the years, I've had a couple of experiences where the mental energy will retract like a current to a single point. And I've read in some of Ajahn Chah's writings where he talks about a point of knowing or a point of awareness. And he says it's like a throne. It's like you're sitting on the throne where there's only place for one, for you. Can you talk a little bit about the point? And I'm wondering if one time I reached the point in a really profound way, And it just, at the end, it just broke apart. And there was a total peace, just a perfect, not peace, a perfect stillness, like absolutely nothing. And that was, a few years ago, but I've wondered about this point, and if that's I don't ever see lights or brightness or anything like that, but I'm kind of trying to figure out where I am in the practice.
Well, it sounds like the fourth jhana to me, when your mind becomes still and empty and merely knowing and have contentment, peace. You don't need to see light or anything. If you see, it means you haven't got there yet.
Okay, so I don't need to do that. That's
right.
good, because I'm not seeing that.
Yeah. You just want the mind to be still, peaceful, and happy by itself. That's all. That's what it means.
But it's never very happy. That's what I struggle with in the meditation. I feel like I can reach the equanimity at times, but like the happiness, it's like, where is that? It has to be a different kind of happiness then.
Yes, it's happiness from equanimity, which I think means contentment.
Mm.
You feel fulfilled. You feel complete. You feel you're not lacking anything.
Mm.
You have no love, fear, hate, or delusion in that state. Empty of emotion.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So your mind not reacting to anything.
Correct. But then I still have some craving for.
Cravings are still there, but they're not
craving
working.
is still there.
But they're not working at that time.
Mm.
But after you come out of meditation, your craving will return. You can
Mhm.
only get rid of your craving through the practice of wisdom, practice of vipassana.
Mhm.
To see the objects of your cravings are all impermanent, and they can cause you sadness or dukkha when they change or when they disappear. So when you see that, you will then don't want to have any craving for anything. That's the work of wisdom. You have to see the three characteristics of existence in order to be able to get rid of your cravings completely, permanently. But with the practice of mindfulness, it will only stop your cravings temporarily. Temporarily, when you're in samadhi, when your mind becomes one, your craving will cease to work for a while. But when you come out of this state of peace and calm, when you start to think, then your craving will start to come up with your thinking. That's when you have to teach your mind that everything you crave for will cause you dukkha, will give you pain, not happiness. When you see
Yes,
that
I can feel that even at the time that I'm
Yeah.
wanting it. It's like you can tell the difference. There's like not like a burning hot coal, but you feel that agitation. I feel that agitation in them.
That's right. As soon as you have craving, your mind will be agitated and begins to heat up. Instead of being cool, it will start to heat up, like boiling water. Become restless and agitated and wants to go after what it craves for.
Yeah. Yes. This week I had my first meditation where I sat as long as 2 hours. And I've always struggled with sitting for long periods of time. And I had used the mantra and stilled the mind, and then at the end of 1 hour, I had the timer was set. The body was so solid, like a mountain, and the mind as well. And I thought, this is the time where I could continue. And so I did for another 55 minutes. And I can't really say that it was a pleasant experience. It was very concentrated. The mind was steady. I was aware of things, you know, the body, the breathing would come and go a little bit. But it was like on the outside. And when the temperature would change, I could feel like little shivers crawling up my back. And then that would go away. And I was just sitting there, not moving, like a mountain. And then I thought, man, maybe I'll hurt my knee if I sit too long. And I decided to come out of the meditation. I could have decided to continue, but I thought, okay, I think this is enough. And I kind of felt like I was stuck, like the meditation wasn't progressing. Can you tell me like what that might have been?
Well, it's your delusion working on your mind, telling you to be worried about your body. You don't have the wisdom to see that your body is gonna die anyway, and you cannot stop it from dying. So you have to use wisdom to stop your desire to get to worry about your body. You want to be able to let go of the body, and it's just a matter of doing it once. If you say, okay, if it's gonna die, let it die. And when you let go, then your mind will completely become detached from your body permanently, and your mind will not react or have any feeling, any bad feeling about what the body might be.
So I should have tried to.
You should have stay on.
Stay on in the
and say,
meditation.
screw the body. You should say, screw the body. I cannot stop the body, and the body is not me. So why should I worry about it? It's anatta, not me. Anatta means not me. Anicca is gonna die. So you have to use this to overcome your delusion. You think that the body is you, and you have to keep it going all the time. You cannot stop. You cannot keep it going. One day it's gonna stop. So
That's right.
So you have to teach your mind to let go now. See, before it happens. Because you're in a state where you can let go because you have equanimity. See? But then your delusion starts deceiving you, fooling you that, oh, if you continue on, you're going to hurt your body. So you want to look after your body. But if you just think back, just think that, well, this is what's going to happen one day when the body you're going to have to die. There's nothing you can do about it. And the only thing you can do about it, just leave it alone, like you are doing it now. See what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I do see what you mean. So
Try
anytime the concentration comes, you should stick with it to the very end.
Yes.
Until
you no longer can remain in the state, you come out, then okay. But you keep doing it until you feel that you can let go of your attachment to your body. That's the goal of practice. To let go of your attachment to your body. Because attachment causes you suffering when things happen to your body. But if you let go when things happen, it won't bother, it won't hurt your mind. Your mind will not feel anything. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, we have Aparajita next from Dubai. You just came in?
I came in a little earlier. Yes, I am always like 1 hour later, but that's how it is now. Yes.
Okay. Any question?
Actually, just listening to Marsha, I was just thinking back. Kind of sometimes I get a few migraines, and this time I had one, and I did try to just say, okay, use the mantra. And sometimes it would almost feel very relaxed when I use the mantra, like it would almost feel like it's disappearing. And then again, I keep thinking about, oh, it's hurting. So how do I stabilize myself more to stay, is it, and not keep getting drawn back into that?
Keep reciting the mantra until it doesn't go back to the body. But if it keeps going back, you have to keep reciting the mantra.
Okay.
Until it stops. Until it stops reacting to the body, then you can stop the mantra.
So then in a way I was in my little excitement that, oh, it's disappearing, I've lost the mantra.
Right,
so I should stop that.
Yeah.
I stop, yes.
You should continue the mantra
Yeah.
until you don't feel anything toward your body. No love or fear toward your body. You can leave the body alone. Then you can stop your mantra.
Okay.
But if you start to react to your body, then you have to start your mantra again. You have to keep it calm, not reacting. Because by reacting, you're causing dukkha. You're creating dukkha or pain in your mind. All right?
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Come back to Ninning again. Ninning, can you speak this time? Can you? Okay. Where are you from? Yes, can talk now. Can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm from Indonesia.
Okay. What can I do for you?
Yeah, Ajahn, I have a question. Sorry.
Sure, go ahead. Now you turn off your microphone again.
Yeah, if I don't learn about 16 upakilesa, can I conquer that kilesa in my practice? Because
yes, you don't need to know all the 16. Just know one of them at a time. When you're angry, get rid of it. When you want something, get rid of it. You don't have to know all of them at the same time.
oh, thank you. Because I think I'm afraid, yeah, there is also the theory that I haven't learned before that may be useful for my mind and my practice. So I'm afraid that I have to learn more theories for my progression like that.
No, you don't need much theory. You just need very little theory. Know how to do mindfulness, know how to meditate. That's all. And know how to stop your defilement when they come up.
Okay, Ajahn, thank you very much. That
Okay.
will be very useful for my practice. Thank you.
Okay. I
Yeah.
hope you can get rid of your defilement soon, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. We'll go to Vince now, our last participant for tonight. Vince, sure. From
Okay. Question.
Go
I
ahead.
think it's quite fun to watch the 5 aggregates because we can always keep the aggregates separate, like body, the 4 elements, the feelings you have to place on the 3 types of feelings, and I'm sort of thinking about perception, and I want to understand a little bit more how should we be looking at perception.
Well, so far, our perception is the problem. See, we look at the body as being myself, being I. So we have to change the perception that the body is not me, it's anatta, it's anicca. It can give me dukkha if I'm attached to it. So you have to switch your perception from wrong perception to right perception.
Okay. Seems that Ajahn, everybody is talking, asking question and answering question or replying question based on their perception. No? And the feeling that I have is like even the 3 characteristics, anicca, dukkha, and anatta, are so-called anchor, quite perception. I don't know whether it's the right word that means That means there's a new perception. Even metta is a perception. Everything is a perception. Just that I always go back to my anchor perception, which is looking at things like anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Is that correct?
Yes, because if you look at anicca, dukkha, anatta, you can stop dukkha from arising in your mind.
Okay. So when we are communicating, should we be, sometimes I get people, they're nosy to look into people's thought process and perception, but most of the time I don't even bother to reply because it's like they are speaking of the perception, whether we want to engage or we don't want to engage. So what I meant was I should not be looking at people's perception, right? Because everybody is speaking out from their thought process.
Well, you first look at your own perception first. If you understand your own perception, then you understand other people's perception also.
Okay. Ajahn, let's say today I sometimes try three characteristics as the anchor perception, but sometimes I do one anchor perception, which is anicca. So it means at the end of the day, anicca, dukkha, and anatta is also a perception. So where is faith? And then I don't understand why people call it faith, but in fact it's just a thought that rise and fall. So why people call it defilement? There's nothing. It's just a perception that you call it. Nothing that's no good, you call it defilement. Isn't that neutral if we look at from anicca, dukkha, and anatta point of view?
Well, you have to find out for yourself better than for me to tell you.
Okay, so I'm experimenting it, so that's why I came with this question.
Okay.
I still not get answer yet. But
the purpose is to be able to leave things alone, leave the body alone.
Right.
Let it get old, let it get sick, and let it die. That's all. We don't want it to get old, get sick, and die. That's the problem, see. So you want to solve the problem, you have to somehow teach your mind to leave the body alone. Let it get old, let it get sick, and let it die.
Right now, between feelings, watching feelings and watching perception, I'm more inclined watching perception because perception can avoid the feelings from arising. You can stop it at the but, stop the problem at the but, and then we don't need to respond using our feeling.
Yes, your perception is the one that causes the feeling to arise. If you have good perception, you have good feeling. If you have bad perception, you have bad feeling. If what you perceive is good, you have good feeling. What you perceive is bad, then you have bad feeling. But if you see everything, if your perception see the truth that anicca, dukkha, anatta, then you just have neutral feeling. You don't.
Yeah, then that means I will shut up all day and then don't respond. Yeah, okay, understand. I'm happy with the answer. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I'll go to question from Facebook and Gmail and so forth.
Rab Namaskaran ka. This evening we have 6 questions so far, and they're all from Facebook. The first question is from Metta Vandana. Ajahn, please give some examples of your own life when there were life-threatening dangers and you stayed equanimous.
Well, like walking in the dark and suddenly you feel that you might be stepping on a snake and you start to think that you might die. Then if you have the anicca understanding of the nature of your body, that your body is subjected to death anyway, sooner or later, and if you can accept that, then the fear will disappear. If you're just willing to let the body die.
The next question is from Kevin Sim. Will habitual meditation in the human realm, still not yet attained to the sainthood fruition, can it continue to meditate in the spiritual realm after passing away, or do we need to wait to be reborn as human again before we can continue our meditation? Seeking Ajahns clarification. Thank you.
When you die, you go and receive the fruit of your meditation. Like if you have entered the 4th jhana, then you'll be born in the Brahma, in the Rupa. rupa world of existence. Until that jhana weakens, then you will then come back and reborn as a human. When you reborn as a human, then you come back and do more meditation again, because that's what your mind likes to do before it dies the last time. So when it comes back as a human again, it will start doing the same thing again, like it used to do in the past life.
The next two questions are from Aun. Dear Bante, please explain. 1. If someone really enters the stream, would he or she will practice 8 precepts every day?
Well, a stream enterer still have sexual desire, so he can have a choice whether to keep or not keep. If he wants to get rid of sexual desire, then he'll start keeping the 8 precepts. But if he still wants to continue, let the sexual desire continue on, then he'll just keep the 5 precepts.
The next question from Aun is, if the person really enters the stream, are they still attached to nama rupa?
A stream enterer is not attached to the body. Whatever happens to the body, it doesn't bother the stream enterer. Whether the body get old, get sick, or die, the stream enterer will not be affected by the situation of the body.
The last two questions are from Samanji. 1. Are gods visible to our naked eyes? I mean, can an ordinary person see gods?
Well, like I say, in Buddhism, I'm not sure which, if you're talking about God that creates and destroys, then we're talking about nature, you know. But if you talk about God as a spiritual being, then we have spiritual beings like Devas and Brahmins. And in order for you to be able to contact the Devas, the spiritual beings, you need to have this special type of samadhi called Upachara Samadhi.
And the last question from Samanji is, could you explain what it is like to achieve the first jhana?
Well, just like when you are hungry and you have some food, when you eat, you feel good, you feel better than when you're hungry. So when your mind becomes calm, your mind will feel happier than when the mind is restless.
That is all, ค่ะท่านอาจารย์
Okay. Well, that's about all the time we have for today or tonight, whichever the case may be to you. Well, thank you for your participation. I hope this meeting is beneficial to you and can help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.